So I'm going to answer your question with a story that might be relevant for you. So I just made a video about this because it's been really top of mind, which is that I had a conversation last week with a friend of mine who's a billionaire and a little older, really awesome dude, phenomenal entrepreneur. And I asked him, I said, hey, off the cameras, I said, I know that publicly you got to say everything's AI, et cetera. I said, but how much AI are you using? You started laughing. He's like, well, I'm not vibe coding all day, right? And so the idea is this, is that what AI did not do is it did not erase every other form of leverage. I'm going to say this again. Just because AI got invented does not mean all other forms of leverage stopped existing. For example, if I build a big brand, AI does not stop that from existing. If I have a lot of money and I can deploy capital, it doesn't mean that AI stopped that from existing. AI gave people who had no capital a high leverage tool that they can use to get significantly more for what they put in. And the more skilled you are with it, the more you get out of it. And so, but if I have, let's imagine something for a second. Let's say that you spent your entire life learning how to do AI in this very specific use case. If I say, hey man, I'll pay you $5 million a year to do that thing. If you don't have $5 million a year and there's no one else offering you $5 million a year, I can gain access to all of that skill into my own business without learning AI because I use a different form of leverage. And so what I'm seeing a lot right now is many people are still missing the fundamentals of business and using AI to try and make up for it. But let me make this make sense. If right now you're deploying AI really aggressively in your business or in your startup or your side hustle or whatever, and you're not making more money, it means you are still not working on the constraint. We still have to allocate our resources, even with more leverage, to the constraint. And so what's happened is that people have more capacity to work, but they are still now deploying that capacity against things that do not matter. And so just because you automated your email doesn't mean that you're all of a sudden going to start making more money. It just means you automated your email reading. Congratulations, right? And so the fundamentals are still there. We just have another tool in our arsenal in terms of leverage. Now, in the future, is there a world where it's all robots? Maybe, I don't know. We're not there yet. Now, in terms of how much I use it on the repetitive tasks. I basically automated almost all the repetitive tasks in my day, but that doesn't take very long for me to do. What is more difficult for me to automate is the relationships that I have, the decisions around allocations of capital. Now, you could say, okay, well, I'm going to spin up a deep research agent. But the thing is anyone who's used AI for an extended period of time, the decision making that AI does, you can pretty much sway the decision, based on the data that you give it, but also based on your whatever direction it thinks you're leaning towards, it will typically confirm. So I think it'll agree with you 49% more than a normal human would be, given the same exact information. And so